Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Peter. In these first episodes of the FX Impact M4 series, I'll focus much on the setup of the gun. So today I have installed a heavier hammer weight and the barrel tensioning system. These are items that I had installed on my M3, so today we'll see how they perform on the M4. Let's start out with the shooting, and after that I'll go into detail about the installation of the new parts. And speaking of new parts, I actually forgot to mention that I have installed the dual bottle adapter from Saber Tactical. The tuning of the gun is far from complete, so I'll have to work on that during the session of today, and when I'm done shooting I'll show you the results and I'll share my opinion. We should not compare the results today with the best results with the M3 because the setup of the gun is not done yet. So this is just to get a feeling of what the different upgrades does as we move along in this upgrading process. So with that said, let's start the shooting. That's a good group. That was a pretty decent group of 2.4 centimeters. Sadly, the session was cut short by the guy who owns the forest, so this is the day after and I'm ready to finish up what I started yesterday and shoot the session here at 100 yards. Since yesterday there's been a slight change to the gun. I have installed the magazine instead of the single shot loader that you saw me using yesterday, and the reason for this is that I found it to be not 100% fit, and since the magazine is working so well, I decided to use that today. So let's carry on with the session from yesterday and see what the M4 is capable of with the new parts installed. Oh my god, that is a solid group. I shot them at 984 in average. That was the end of the session for today, and what a great idea to come back today and not just settle for the results yesterday. The best group that you just saw me shooting was this one. It is a 1.9 centimeter group. It's actually the first time that I've broken the 2 centimeter group size with the M4 here. So beauty it was. Honorable mentions for today was this one, a 2.1 centimeter group. And this one, a 2.4. Those were pretty good groups, and they were shot at different velocities because I couldn't help myself. I had to tune just a little bit, but I kept myself within, like, I think this 2.4 was shot at 984 and the other ones around somewhere in the 970s. So that was pretty good. Some honorable mentions from yesterday was this one. It is a 2.7 centimeter group, and this one 2.4 and 2.8 centimeters. You can see that they both had a flyer, but so far that seems to be the reality that I've been facing with this setup. So what I'm trying to say here is that my experience from the session yesterday and from the session today is that there is an inconsistency when shooting the gun. It's not like it's just bang on and below 3 centimeters in each and every group, because that's not the case. I shot one, I don't know if I have the target, but anyway, I shot 4 perfect shots, like within 1 centimeter, and then the last one is like 2 centimeters away. And that seems to be the story so far. I can shoot some decent group, you can see them here, but it just lacks this this last thing. And what will make the difference in removing those, I don't know yet. I have a slight feeling that the first stage regulator, when I install that, will make a difference, but yeah, fingers crossed for that. Now let's talk about the installation of the new parts. There's a heavier hammer weight, there's a barrel tensioner system, and of course there's a dual bottle adapter from Saber Tactical. Let's start out with the heavier hammer. If you want to see how it's done, I have a video here from when I changed the hammer weight on the M3, and to be honest, there's not much of a difference, so just watch that and you'll know how to change the hammer weight on the M4 as well. There is one thing I want you to know, because when you take off the top rail, there are some magnets in here, and you don't want to lose those. But apart from that, taking this gun apart and installing the heavier hammer weight, it's no problem at all. The M4 comes with this hammer weight, and it weighs 6 grams. So what I did when I decided to install a heavier hammer weight on the M3 is that I ordered these 7 and 8 gram hammer weights from Humair. I tested them both, and if you want to see the results, this is the video to go for. The one that I installed in the M4 is the 7 gram hammer weight, and it just seems to fit the gun pretty good. I can't say that it makes too much of a difference. Of course, you can turn down the tension on the hammer spring because there's a bit more weight that hits the valve, and it doesn't really feel too much different from the 6 gram hammer. So at least it doesn't feel as different as it did in the M3. But do I recommend it? Yeah, if you feel like it, it might be a good idea, but it's not that necessary. If you have your hammer completely maxed out, and you still need more power because you have a high reg setting, of course a heavier hammer weight is always a good idea. Next up is the barrel tensioning system, and that's no different from the hammer weight. It's pretty straightforward to install, and if you want to know how it's done, you can just watch this video. With the barrel tensioning systems, there are 2 things that I want to mention. One is that, taking a look at these two, there's a difference between them. You can see that one of them, the one on the left, has these pins in it, and there are 4 of those, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, whereas the one from the barrel tensioning system doesn't have these pins, or like the standard part in the M3 doesn't have it either. These pins are very welcome because they stabilize this part very well. So I would love to have a a part for the barrel tensioning systems with these pins in as well. And that brings us on to the second thing that I want to mention about the barrel tensioning system on the M4. As you can see, I don't have these Picatinny mounts here on the side, and as I said in my last video, I really like those because they give this gun a very specific look. And now that I don't have it here, I feel like I've lost a bit of that special FX Impact look. But there's a reason for this, and it is that it doesn't fit over this part for the barrel tensioner. So I could sit here whining about it. It's so bad, and I'm so sorry about it. But actually, when these Picatinny rails are on here, the front valve is so difficult to access. So now that they're not on, it's much easier to access the front valve. So I'm actually not sure that I'm installing it again, because it's just so much nicer. It doesn't make the gun look so cool, but anyway, I'm not sure I'm installing it again. And now for the last new part, the dual bottle adapter from Saber Tactical. It was so easy to install. It was just to take off the bottle, put on the bottle adapter, and then turn on the bottles. So that was basically it. I really like to have this extra air capacity for more shots, and having used it on the M4, on the M3 as well, I just gotten used to having a lot of shots before I have to fill. So I'm just super happy that I installed this dual bottle adapter. That was the end of today's video and the test of the new parts on the M4. There will be much more testing here on the FX Impact M4 series, so hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner so you won't miss any of these tests in the future. So with that said, that is the end of today's video, so take care and shoot safe.